All right, everybody. Hello. I'm your insightful speaker, David Clark, and I wanted to come on again and discuss something a little bit more in depth about myself. And then, hopefully you all have the strength and the courage to be able to, do the thing that I'm learning how to do if you don't already do it. And if you already do it, and I pray that it just simply strengthens you and encourages you to keep doing it. I have a issue with fully accepting and loving myself. And the reason why is because I wondered why I keep hitting the wall, why I keep repeating the same things. And I had a very lengthy decade plus behavior pattern of that. And I always wondered why. So it takes people that love you, that really, really love you, not to write you off and cast you out, but it takes someone that really loves you to find out why. And I finally found out why. So thankfully, I had somebody in my life that even at that time, even now, still, that loves me enough to find out why. So what she did was she did some research and she brought some information to me, and I had no choice but to simply accept it because it was so accurate. And what it is that I have narcissist personality disorder. Again, the character traits and the behavior patterns line up with that diagnosis very, very well with me. Now, in doing some research, we were watching like a 2-hour video, and this guy broke down where that actually comes from. And where it comes from is trauma and neglect, not from a very specific parent, which was the mother. That doctor is a specialist in that area, and he said it really comes from the mother because the mother is the one that's the primary caregiver of her child/children, which is not anything that's hard to believe. You see that's most of the times the case now. But what I did was after watching that video, and he's literally like blaming the mother. What I did was I called my mother when she was alive. This was right before she died, a couple months before she died. And I called my mom and I said, Mom, I don't believe. And I said, Mom, listen, I don't need you to say anything right now. I just need you to listen. Is that okay with you? She said, go ahead. And I said, Mom, I don't believe that you, not one time in my life, whether I was a baby, child, teenager, young adult, grown adult, I don't believe any time that you ever did anything deliberately to intentionally hurt me. I'll never believe that. I remember the extent you went to make sure I was good, to make sure that I had the things I needed. And you went out your way. I remember playing middle school football for Eastway Middle School. We're on the way to like Albemarle Middle School to play a game, which is not anywhere near, like within Charlotte, where I knew she could get to safely. And we're on the activity bus, and I'm looking out the window, and I see my mom walking in between the lanes in the grass. It was like this little ditch, grassy area, and she's walking on the way to the school to my game. I don't believe, just to see me sit on the bench, I don't believe, and I told her this, I said, I don't believe that you ever did anything intentionally to put me in harm's way or to harm me. I'll never believe that. And I said, no matter what you didn't do or couldn't do, I know you did the best you could, and I know that, and nobody could tell me different. That moment, I became an individual, and I became a man in my mother's eyes because of the simple fact is that I took the emotion out of it, and I gave my mom something that most parents want from their child or children, which is understanding. No, as a parent, we're not going to do everything right, even though I'm not a parent yet. But I know once I become one, I'm not going to do everything right. I know my mom didn't do everything right. You're not going to do everything right, but if you really truly care about your child or children, you will never do anything deliberately and intentionally to harm them. It'll never happen. You're going to be in defense and prevention mode all the time when it comes to them. Even for yourself, because whatever happens to you is going to affect them. My mother did the exact same thing. So it was in that moment where my love for her and my understanding of what it is that she was actually dealing with, going through while she had to raise me, that I will never believe that. And if that makes me a narcissist, then I'm a narcissist. And again, there's other character traits and behavior patterns that I do have. I can't even deny it. But what's so powerful about that is that you can change that. You can learn it, and then you can learn how to control it and master it to the point where, yeah, it's in you, but it's so dormant, nobody would even believe you. You can learn it and to learn to control it and master it to the point where it's so dormant, you don't even have any symptoms, but you know you still have it. And that is the point of being better as a person. That's the point of learning true self-care. And that is, again, our motivational moment. Thank you all so very much for sticking it out with me and enjoying yet another video. Thank you all again, and I look forward to the next video to be able to share some wonderful information with you all. Until next time, family, as always, be blessed.